What is up, everyone? It's Lovenji Gaming, and we are here once again with Populous the Beginnings, the Revival Tournament. It is a mod that rebalances the complete set of spells and buildings within Populous the Beginning in an attempt to shake up the meta and introduce more diversity of play and interesting strategies. Our players, they're not our opponents, we're not having to deal with them. Our players playing as the Red Tribe in the Red Base. We have Mammoth, 1661, Tass. He's renamed to Mammy Tass now after a while of me not calling him Mammy. His opponent, relative newcomer. I haven't seen him around for very long, but eager to join the tournament and take part in the games, which I always appreciate. It is Facundol78, not affiliated with a clan. So the map ban for Mammoth was head-on. The map ban for Facundol was nothing. And we could see some interesting choices coming out of Facundol. That much is true. He's opted to not build a Fire Warrior training hut at all, and has instead built a Warrior hut, and is already training warriors. He's got one warrior ready. Mammoth playing this game a lot more traditionally. We saw as Red, he got a very good front combat here because Facundol didn't rush to it. Red player building traditionally. He's got his Fire Warrior training hut up. He's not training Fire Warriors quite yet. Doesn't feel the need to, probably, having seen his opponent. And he's building his huts, and he's making sure he builds the huts on the diagonals as well so we can slap down additional plans. Facundo! He's just not gonna stop building huts. He doesn't want anything else. Look at all these warriors he's training. Population's 52 to 33. Here come the warriors. We're watching a warrior rush. It's 2 minutes into the game, and there's the sound of warriors charging already. They're actually really quite loud. I can't hear myself think over the sound of screaming warriors. And Mammoth's probably just going to kill these all with a single blast because they're not spread out. There they go. Oh, the magical shield was a second too late. If he got that magical shield in earlier. Oh, 1 second earlier, and that could have been a good attack out of Facundol. But now he needs to think about how he's going to get in because the tower is filled. Fire warriors are in position. Mammoth's being forced away by the warrior who has magical shield on. Additional fire warriors getting into the towers, but that warrior is still going to be a problem because, you know, fire warriors, they don't deal damage to units with magical shield. That warrior is going to kill a couple of additional braves. This still could have been an interesting attack if it was played slightly better. If that magical shield was cast before the first 3 warriors went down, this could have been a very different game. I think Mammoth might have been a little bit caught off guard there. Narrowly escapes because Facundol cast his magical shield a second too late. The 3 warriors that were sent in afterwards were not protected by magical shield, and they are easily cleaned up by a follow-up blast. Populations are 29 to 51. So Mammoth had lost a little bit of population from that attack, but he is maintaining a strong advantage. Who needs towers, says our friend Facundol as he builds his 3rd warrior training hut. He has a clear plan on how he wants to play this game. Now, the warrior aggression is easily countered by a single preacher, which Mammoth is building. He's building a temple here. This is an interesting game. It's not interesting for all the right reasons, but it is an interesting game. Oh, I'm a little bit lost for words. So structures, we can see 17, 18 to 14 here. Mammoth building a little bit faster than our yellow player, which, you know, yellow is meant to get the better convert and is therefore meant to be building slightly faster, but it looks like that is not the case. Here come more warriors. Magical shield going down on them a little bit too early because they're not going to really be in any danger right now. Additional warriors on the side here. Are you going to magically shield them as well? No, they're just going to run in normally. So Mammoot's going to be able to kill these warriors with very little effort. A couple of blasts, and there they all go. But these warriors on the side, they're magically shielded, they're protected, they're going to do a little bit of damage. Mammoot has trained his own warriors, and he has got enough that they should be able to take a fight. They're actually outnumbered by 1 here, so they do need to be careful how they engage. Warriors continuing to trickle through. You don't have the population for this, Facundol. You're killing yourself. You've got 27 pop and you're just training warriors. You got 27 pop and 10 of it is warriors. Look at them go though. I love the idea. I just think the execution is lacking. There's even more warriors continuing to trickle forward. The Braves are building huts. Credit to them. None of these huts are going to upgrade because none of these huts have people in them. But the Braves are building huts. He has kept the Braves building huts. And here we go. Mammoot has now started pumping out the books, teaching his people to read. We're going to be seeing much less warrior aggression once these preachers get themselves into position. You can see these magically shielded warriors. They may appear intimidating, but a good story will calm them right down. Here he comes. Here he comes. This is Cardinal Richelieu and the Bishop of Bath and Wells. There they are, telling some pretty good stories. That's the end of that aggression. Ah! Says Facundol. Ah! He has written just the letter A if you can't read that. Ah! So, preachers... Ooh, Mammoot! Almost gets Cardinal Richelieu killed there. I can't believe I've named the preacher. I don't know why I've named the preacher. I'm gonna lose track of him later. Ah. Are we gonna see any other troop huts out of Facundol, or is Facundol committed to the 3 warrior training hut strategy? We'll have to see. He's built in a tactically anti-earthquake style because he hasn't built his base in a perfect grid. Oh, invisible warriors looking to assassinate the Shaman, the lightning! Oh, but Facundol is alive, but Mammoot will have some spells, surely. We're going to see an attack in here from Mammoot, right? No, Mammoot doesn't. Oh, Mammoot with the erode! 3 huts and 2 warrior training huts gone in a single erode. Big damage on the high ground there, and Mammoot does die, but not before he gets a little bit of damage done. Hello, this is the Bishop of Bath and Wells back here. Cardinal Richelieu's finished his job, now the Bishop of Bath and Wells is telling a pretty good story. Talking about that one day he once wined and dined with royalty, and it was great. They had grapes, wine, which is just crushed grapes. So really they had grapes, and there he goes. Bishop of Bath and Wells got to fly and then die. Cardinal Richelieu is running back to the base. I've named the preachers to add a little bit of spice to this, but as you can see, there's just troops being sent all over the place now. Facundol doesn't have the population to keep up with Mammoot's. We'll see a victory very, very soon. Oh no! Which one of these is Cardinal Richelieu? Uh-oh. Cardinal Richelieu is being sent off to war. Invisibility. There they go. That's it. Now, we've got population-wise, it's 70 to 20. So our friend Facundol is bleeding out. There are still wildmen on the map, so he could be topping up his population if he were to charge some converts and get some spicy Greek converts here. But he's definitely struggling under the fact that he doesn't have access to, you know, the good troops. He's only got warriors, and even then, they're kind of... Way! Invisible fire warriors being shenanigans, but you need to... You need to do a little bit better of ambushing the Shaman than that, and that was a good kill on the Shaman. Here comes the big troop push. Probably going to decide the game. Do we see another erode out of Mammoot 1661 TAS? Or does he have nothing else because he charged 8,000 invisibilities? Hard to tell, but look at these boys telling their great stories. We should see Yellow respawn relatively soon, but Yellow's lost almost all of their base. Mammoth is actually converting the Wildmen, which is a smart move. You don't want the Yellow to gain access to that population. And it looks like Facundol's gone for a swim. There he goes. So the core camp is up, the base is being destroyed. All that is left is for Facundol to say GG and surrender, I think. At this point, it could very well be that Cardinal Richelieu survives, unlike the Bishop of Bath and Wells. We don't know where he is. I lost track of him. Very sad day. Oi! Facundol goes down. Core camps are great. They're not annoying at all. But this is a tournament. All's fair in love and war, and this is most certainly war. I liked the idea. I genuinely did. I liked Facundol's idea. I liked what he tried to do. I think if he got that first magical shield down, we could have been looking at a slightly more challenging game for Mami, because 4 warriors early on, there weren't any preachers, there weren't even any warriors. 4 warriors early on, 6 braves each. You know, that could have been good damage. But that is GG. We have a player being killed in the traditional way. Mammoth up 1 game against Facundol. What's this? Deja vu, I hear you saying. Well, that's because I didn't put anything in the rules that says the player can't pick the same map more than once. Which, before any of you get any smart ideas, I will be adding to the rules after this best of 3. Facundo wanted the same map, so here we are on the same map, but the bases have been swapped to at least provide a tiny bit of difference. So, to confuse you all, those of you who don't play Populous, playing as the yellow tribe but from the red base, down 1 game, it is Facundol. His opponent up 1 game after a pretty triumphant start. Red tribe, yellow base, it is Mammoth. Okay, well this is going to be a very short game of Pressure Point, I suspect. Because Facundol is rushing, and that's 1 blast out of Mammoth. Facundol does not have the pop to be doing this. Facundol clearly does not want to play this game. Interesting. This will be a very short best of 3. Although Facundol is converting. He's running around picking up additional braves, making sure he gets pretty spicy converts, to be honest. But the problem is Mammoth has built the Fire Warrior training hut, and that means he's got Fire Warriors. And so, it doesn't matter how much you convert, the Fire Warriors are just going to win. They're just going to win in the game for you. And we can see that already, because Yellow's on 3 pop. And yeah, he's on 2 pop. Quick, run back to your base, build something. Build something quickly. He's on 1 pop. And that's GG. That was a 2-minute game. Mammoth advances over Facundol. What a boring and anticlimactic shoutcast that was. This whole stream took an hour.